Why hello my fellow ranchers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium. Episode 19, breeding our 2 new raptors. As you can see above my head, my current priority right now is to fully tame the raptor, the juvenile raptor, which will be part of a breeding pair. And that's what I'm going to pick up to do. So what I want to do to tame this raptor down here, this juvenile that keeps wandering away, is I'm going to move one of the animal beds upstairs and tame it upstairs. So I'm going to lead this creature upstairs with me. Eventually, maybe what I'll do is I'll have like a designated spot outside of the base. Because if I have animal beds up here in my like main base, the animals that I own will like wander. One of the advantages, however, of trying to tame it up here is it won't likely... It will stay more temperate. It won't get too hot or too cold. So there is that advantage. Alright, let's get you fed. Done. And then I want a door here. I don't think it's going to jump, but like, might as well put a door in there. Done. Don't do it! There we go. Alright, so this raptor has a bed, has a shelter, and should be tamed up here in no time. Drea and Ciceron, thank you for the resubs. I would like to stick around to get this raptor tamed fully before really going anywhere. So the next project I want to undertake is to get the pump jacks running. So I did speak about this a little bit last stream, but I'll speak about it again. A pump jack is required to pump oil, and then you need a lot of oil to make a polymerizer. So the plan is to get pump jacks to pump into an oil barrel for the polymerizer. And what I can do in the meantime is get a whole lot of steel. And one of the steel recipes I want to employ here is this one, because it's going to be cheaper. So steel bloom for 2 iron ore versus steel bloom for like 6. Yeah, let's go with much cheaper. Which means I need limestone. So I'm gonna overfeed my little lizard there. I don't actually think raptors are I don't know what they are. And my plan is to go get some limestone to crush up for steel. And while I'm standing around, I will also feed pets. They don't actually really need food, but like it will help them defend themselves better. Alright, skill, give you tough as leather. And then for Fangface, I'm going to start to work on Fangface's sprint and movement speed, as it will be my like travel pet. Also, I don't think the this is on. It wasn't, so it's on now. Little guy, where are you going? Oh, right, I was telling you to follow me, and that is my fault. You stay here. I'm gonna have to... I don't normally remember to, like, close my door, but now that I have animal bed in here, it's gonna want to get out. So, I'm gonna need to remember to close the door more regularly. Alright, there we go. Might as well top up my own food. I'll even top up my beer. So I'm going to be heading over to get some limestone. I'm not certain where I'm going to find the nearest thing of limestone, but I'll add it to the priority now too. And make steel. Easier said than done. Let's see. My pick is pretty broken-ish. Oh, this is a steel pick, though. Yes. I do have some steel. Let's repair it. On the anvil. Getting a higher level pick might be nice at some point, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Alright. Tally-ho. Off to get... Oh, never mind. Another way to farm steel, oh, you too, is to kill these things, because, you know, 3 ingots of steel is, like, not bad per... Oh, trap jaw, for real. Oh, fine. These things are obnoxious to try to kill. They do a lot of damage, they do a lot of open wounds, and their weak spot is, like, hard to exploit. But they're gonna get rampaged by my pets, so I'm okay with that. And this is why I have my pets on, like, kill everything around you, so that I have backup. Also, they get experience. Oh, look at that. Look at how much... Oh, 6 meat off of this thing? Oh, wasn't that worth it, guys? Isn't that the absolute best return on investment? You can see why I don't bother hunting trap jaws. Absolute waste of effort. Alright. I'm gonna continue cooking up regular cooked meat, so that we can serve it up to our pets. And after that delay, now we're gonna go get some limestone. But I'll check on the little one first. Here's some meat. There you go. Alright, I don't 100% know where the limestone is, but I'm going to take a educated guess that there's going to be limestone in this pond over here. Limestone typically is, like, by the water. So if you go to any water sources, you'll find limestone usually. Oh, you know what? I need bacon. So once we've got the, oh, another one? Once we've got the raptor tamed, I'll start the breeding process. And then basically fully focus on getting, oil running. So many wild critters want to fight me. One of the reasons why I want sprint speed and stamina for the raptors so I can just, like, outrun things. Because I'm not necessarily looking to fight every single animal that ever wants to mess with me. Like, that gets old fast. And yet another raptor. Alright, was I right? Yeah, I see some lime in there. Yes, swim while you're like a sitting duck. Oh, and you too, cougar. These are not brilliant creatures, clearly. Oh, and keep in mind, some of these fish are poisonous. They're not gonna, like, kill you quickly, but it's a little annoying to, like, get poisoned by fish, so I'll be clearing them out as well. So this limestone is so that we can make larger batches of steel. Oh, it's a cougar. Because, a lot of the next level of tech, like getting an oil barrel, or getting the polymerizer, or the pump jack, also requires a considerable amount of steel, not just titanium. So once the raptor's fully tamed, our raptor's fully tamed... Oh, you, for love of... leave me alone! Oh, you're already broken. Once our raptor's fully tamed, I'll also go over to my deep drill, that is in the Arctic, or the tundra, rather. And, what the heck? And I'll grab the titanium there, and that should help us get, the pump jack underway. Yes, when they added limestone to the game, they added it everywhere. So that part's really cool. Limestone is can also be made into defenses that are comparable to concrete. Same tier and quality as concrete too. How long will the wind turbine stay connected to the titanium drill last? If I was to guess, it's probably like 20% damaged with how long I've left it or something like that. So 5 times longer than I've left it. Generally, I would say, depending on storms, of course, because higher level storms will damage it a lot faster. But like maybe 10 in-game hours to 20 in-game hours, somewhere in that vicinity. And then on top of that, stuff generally doesn't get fully destroyed by weather. It requires like an animal to come over to finish it off. That's true of like a thatch ramp, right? So if you build a bunch of thatch ramps, no matter how many storms hit it, there will still be like the repairable shell of whatever you built. However, if like an animal comes over and sneezes on it, then, you know, like the 3 little pigs, it collapses instantly. All right, we have a good amount of limestone now. So let's bring it back to base and check up on the little one. Yeah, I can't really tell if the little one's tamed yet or not. Will I make use of uranium? It really depends how long the series goes, because it's not reasonable for me to go to try to... I mean, uranium's a bit... It's far off. Anyone that spends any time watching my stuff knows if there ain't an audience for it, I move on. So it depends on viewership. I'd be happy to go for uranium, but, you know, it's more up to you guys than to me. Do you get anything skinning fish? No. Like fish chunks, which are like worthless meat. If you really want fish, you have to catch it with a fishing pole, and God knows I'm not doing that. So, yeah. There's a lot of really good recipes that uses like fresh and saltwater fish, but not fish you stab with a spear. Which is like, come on, man, I'm Hawaiian. Spear fishing is like my jam. Or it's supposed to be. Not that I ever go fishing. But maybe I would fish more frequently in games if I could just, like, stab it with spears and not bother with, like, quick time events. Whatever. Alright, so you picked up 2 skill points. I'm going to give you movement speed and sprint speed. Sweet. And then, I don't want to crush all the limestone. So I'll crush, let's say, 100 of it. And I'll leave the rest of it in the concrete or cement mixer for now. All right, you little guy are hungry. There's some food. Alright, now that we have the crushed limestone, we can make a lot more steel bloom out of it. And it looks like I need some sulfur to keep going. So let's get some quick sulfur. Because we just fed the little one, and it shan't be that hard to grab a little local sulfur. We just thumped towards the end of last stream, so there should be new nodes around here. Hypothetically? And everything I see is like salt. How is there so much salt? 1, 2, 3, 4? Also, I find... Oh, there's another salt. I do find it funny how in this game salt is pink. More salt. Okay, I might have to just mine up this salt just to have it go away, so that it can re-voxel as something else. But yeah, the whole, like, pink Himalayan salt thing is, like... I wouldn't say it's a scam. I mean, it's a real thing, but, like, it's pink because it's rusty. You're buying impure salt. And treating it, like, as an artisan good. It's weird. But then again, people buy, like, clothing that has holes in it on purpose, so, like, I don't know. I guess I don't understand society anymore. Alright, well, I don't have a lot of sulfur, but it's probably enough to get our steel going. And the steel, of course, is for the immense amount of steel needed for, like, oil barrels, pump jacks, stuff like that. So that is what we're working on while we're sitting at home, waiting for the little one to tame. You! God, you're hungry. That's probably the last food I have to manually feed it, though, because it was at 95%, so it should be, like, at 100% pretty soon here. And I'm going to stick the steel bloom in here, only because I know if I stick it in the electric furnace, we often find ourselves in a situation where, like, I run out of electricity for it. And then it's a problem. All right. So you're about to get tamed. We could talk about, now that this is a good time, about breeding. So, fertility serums. You go to the tech tree tier 2. Scroll all the way to the right. Just about all the way. You've got fertility serums here. And we're going to want to make a fertility serum to breed Fangface with the about to be tamed. So a raptor serum is going to require exotic enzymes or exotics, one or another. And raw meat. And I don't know if I have... Oh, no, I have the exotics. Okay, so here's 10 exotics. And then the other part was raw meat, which I do not have. But hey, it's up. There it is. It is a hardy bloodline. Here, let me hide the UI so you can actually see what the hell I'm talking about. It unfortunately has lower max health. It did catch heat and cold resistance. It caught some movement speed and melee damage and weight capacity and a lot of max stamina. So it's a good, like, running mount. I'm going to have it follow me aggressively for now. And the current priority right now is to breed the Raptors. So, let's have a giveaway for this Raptor. Giveaway timer is up. And it will be a Fangface, which is a wild crossed with a hardy. Whatever this one's going to be named. Come on, over here. Alright, you stay. Alright. When I was over here just a second ago, there was like hella critters over here. So if I want raw meat... God, where are they all... Oh, okay. You're just teleporting in now? I see. Looks like there's a zebra there. We're gonna want a whole bunch of raw meat, or at least one raw meat for some serum. No, you shut your face, little drone. Ooh. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was 20 raw meat that it called for. Here, you follow me. And the thing to note here is, The juvenile that you breed is, like, vulnerable during the breeding process. But because I have a creature deterrent, there's really... Oh, great, a storm. There's really not a lot of threat to its health due to the infrastructure I've set up. Hey, Scorpio, thanks for gifting out a sub, so he's eligible for the raffle. Okay, it's a heat wave. So it's about to get real hot. I'm also going to need to repair my handgun soon. It is about to break. I needed, what, 20 raw meat? I have 14. I'm almost there. What's going to give me regular meat? The Curran, probably? And the zebra? Because the dribbos are going to give me bacon. The bird is going to give me bird meat. Although the bird's going to get killed. The moa's going to get killed anyway. No, you don't. But the cougars, that should put me over. Yeah, and it did. Right now, my Raptor's killing a bunch of dribbos for bacon. I'm fine with that. It'll win, assuredly. Oh, and also the scorpion. We're gonna end up with a lot of meat. I didn't realize there were 2 scorpions. And I leveled up. Sweet. Thank you. Just kill the dribbos. Don't mind me. I'm gonna leave the bones because I don't want to sit in the storm and get, like, stormanoid. It wouldn't really kill me. Especially not at almost 1,000 health, but... Alright, there we go. Got what I need. We should turn the bacon into crispy bacon and whatever, the rest of it. Okay, you... No, you... Stay. You also leveled up a whole bunch. So, maxed out quick and pace, maxed out racing ready. This is a fast raptor. Hopefully. Alright, bacon... and soft meat. And then the raffle timer's going to cosmic otters. A different cosmic. Oh my god, there's 2 turtles, 2 cosmics. I'm gonna get too confused. Alright, so here's the fertility serum for the raptor. Done. And I took my regular raw meat, not my prime meat. And then the way this works is, you just give this to a male, injecting the serum, and it will just immediately inseminate a female. It's really not a complicated system. It's, if anything, oversimple. But yeah, that's the way it works. And then the female gets pregnant, and yeah, birds and the bees. Wham bam, you have another raptor, ma'am. So your skill points, I'm going to do Endless Hunger as well. And while you're pregnant, I'm going to have you... Oh, come on. Stop. Wait. Okay, you're now gestating. Yep. Cosmic otters is Pregante. And I was saying, in their gestation state, they're more vulnerable. Hence, setting it to defensive, not aggressive. So that if anything wanders in, the other animals will handle it, and it won't have to be attacked. And then also, while they're gestating, they're hungrier and thirstier. So I'm not going to want to stray too far so that I can actually, like, you know, keep it fed and watered and whatnot. Alright. Talent points. Solo point. So I've maxed out Heavy Hitter, I've maxed out Bring Gun to a Gunfight. Maybe I'll get Low Maintenance again. So that I consume less water, food, and oxygen. Because a lot of the zones around here are kind of dangerous and will require me to have, like, a lot of oxygen and water and all that stuff. Would it be worth getting the troughs? I'm not going to say no. It's absolutely worth it. It really depends on what I want to do first. More than anything else. And now that I'm staring at this, let's go ahead and sickle these bad boys. One thing I wanted to do was grow, soybeans, but I don't have any soybeans on me right now, so that, never mind. I'll have to wait until I have soybeans. I should get soybeans at some point, but they're pretty easy to find. I know where they are. Yeah. So we're just waiting on the gestation now. Also, I just realized I don't have a biofuel thing. Got it. Noted. I will want one of those. Alright, let's go ahead and repair the handgun, because it is about to shatter. Repair the light. And now that the heat wave's over, I'm gonna sleep, and then probably take the other Raptor down to the titanium node. So I'm going to get exotic sprinter, maxing that out, so I sprint faster carrying exotics. And then I will continue investing in that's a good question. Maybe Scout's Intuition, so I can find rarer types. And I'll just continue growing the coconuts. Maybe not super sexy, but yeah, it's fine. Okay. Down I go. And up I go. Daytime. Perfect. Alright, making sure that I can put the meat away. Making sure I have everything I need. Which I do. Good. So, what I'm doing right now is this Raptor, Cosmic, isn't super hungry or thirsty right now. So, I think it's probably, and then the other one, as you can see, is resting. For the next 5 minutes, it makes sense for me to do something else rather than to take the Raptor down to the titanium drill, because they're just not gonna be as fast. Right? They need a cooldown timer. So let's start working on the materials I'm gonna need for my first pump jack. So first pump jack, I'll need 20 composites. And that means organic resin, and organic resin means oxite, because I have lots of wood. So I'll go get some oxite. So the current party actually is breed the Raptors and make a pump jack. Yeah, pump that sludge. Exactly. That's what I want to do. Now, one of the big things I want to unlock as soon as possible is a jackhammer, which requires me to have plastics. So a jackhammer requires a polymizer, but a jackhammer is like game-changing, which is why I want it so bad. Because the jackhammer, if I mouse over it, you can see, it has a 200% yield from mining for everything. Everything. So like right now, I have a 130 plus 40 for titanium. A jackhammer is 200 across the board. That means 200 for sulfur, 200 for coal, 200 for lithium, for oxide, for everything. It just basically hoovers up materials like you would not believe. And then the other thing it does really well is it gets stone insanely good too. So you can build like massive stone fortifications, no problem. The jackhammer is just like life-changing if you are a megalith builder. So that's, there's so many reasons to get it, but that's just, it's going to make my life a lot easier. Is oil infinite? Yes. The holes in the ground are infinite. It's just they don't pump quickly. And Cosmic leveled up. Sweet. And Fangface has 3 minutes left on the breed thing. So I think in 3 minutes I'll probably end up running over to the titanium node, because I know the amount of titanium I'm going to need to get into the next tier is a lot. So I want to do it sooner than later. All right, one of the other things I'm going to need is electronics. So this is because the pump jack requires electronics. It requires concrete mix, so I need 5 more concrete mix. That doesn't seem to be much of a problem. There's 5. And then titanium plates. Which is going to be the hang-up. Because at the moment, I can make half of them. So that's what the titanium is for. Also, I'm going to want an oil barrel too. So let's get some aluminum screws made for the oil barrel. I suggest making at least 1 oil barrel. 1 oil barrel stores 150,000 milliliters of oil, which is exactly what you need for the polymizer. Which is convenient. So definitely get like some sort of oil storage thing before you even bother with the pump jack. Because the pump jack doesn't have internal storage itself. It requires you to like pump it to somewhere. So we've got the oil barrel. And the oil barrel is a heavy slot. And I'm just going to stick the oil barrel there once I have the pump jack. So in terms of the pump jack, I need a few more electronics, which means copper. Wiring. I also suggest making a regular oil can too, because carrying around one of the massive oil barrels just doesn't make a whole lot of sense in most use cases. All right. The composite paste, the steel blooms. Move all that back. So, in terms of the pump jack, I have... Well, I can make more screws. Let's make 8. So I have everything but the titanium now, because the composites are right now in the electric furnace cooking up. So I'm just missing the, I'm just missing the titanium. All right. Let's go ahead and top up our pets' food and water, and then head out. Because I'm sure Fangface has recovered from his tiredness. Yep, he has. So you are 44% done gestating. And Fangface is all set. I would have liked to wait for Fangface to get... Oh, you know what? I don't have this on. And this is because I was using the material processor and the electric furnace at the same time, so it probably just ran my batteries out. Where did I even have my battery installed? Here. No, you got 1,000,000. Insufficient electricity input. Yeah, I'll have to fix that at some point soon by generating more power. But, you know, that's a future thing. So, alright, our creature turn is on. I just want to make sure that there's no critters coming to mess with Cosmic. And let's get a move on. So now I'm headed to my... Okay, the other pets handled it. Cool. There was a cougar. Now I'm heading to my Tundra deep drill for titanium, which will help me build up the supplies I need for the pump jack and everything else. Your wife wishes pregnancy would go this quickly? Yeah, no kidding. Although I don't think there'd be much of the Earth left if human pregnancy was this easy. We would have, like, stripped bare the world by now. Come on, keep moving. I leveled up your stamina and your sprint speed. Prove it. So to update my priority now, get TI from drill. How'd I get the gun? I made it. I would very much like a bolt action rifle, because bolt action rifles are more accurate and more powerful, especially over long distance. But I definitely don't have the titanium to spare on it. One of the issues is the caves here in the desert are honestly pretty crummy when it comes to the amount of titanium they hold. Meaning that you kind of have to go to other biomes like Arctic or Tundra, Arctic, swamps, etc. to get your titanium, unless you drill for it. Big unless. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.